Hi, welcome to my home. We're in my dining room. Yeah, get my hair out of here. We're gonna talk about setting spray, but first I need to tell you that you'll probably see me look at you, look at me, I can't help it, and look that way because that's where my little baby is. He's watching what's going on. He's super cute, totally content. You'll hear him cooing in the background. Obviously, if he starts screaming, I'll stop recording, but you'll hear him in the background. Hopefully it cranks up your baby fever a little bit. Yeah, that's little Rowan. He's in charge, all right? We're gonna talk about setting powder, translucent powders, how to set your makeup, what that even means. But first, this is not lipstick. It's contour stick. Try it. It's like a perfect matte lip. It's my contour shade. Okay? Okay, anyway, on task. Earlier, I got ready and I did not set my makeup because I'm gonna do it right here on camera. This is the Mary Kay Translucent Powder, one of my faves. I choose 2 different products for my setting, depending on the day, depending on my mood, whatever. This is the Translucent Powder. This is one product that I use. And my other product is a sheer mineral pressed powder, and I pop it right into my compact. Boop, it's almost empty. Mary Kay, like that. This pressed one is easier for travel. This is usually the one I pop in my makeup bag when I'm going somewhere. So the purpose of setting your makeup, let me get some, is twofold, maybe more than 2 reasons. But I like to take this little sponge, comes with my little compact, and I touch under my eye to make sure that the concealer that I put on doesn't crease. My concealer is a cream concealer, and I don't want it to make lines in my wrinkles. Nobody wants to accentuate their wrinkles. So I just put a little bit in under there so that if my eyes water or anything, that my concealer doesn't go away. So I just rub a little bit and then I tap under here. That's one of the main reasons you can set under your eyes to hold your concealer in place. You could put this all over your face if you have oily skin and you don't want to get oily. You can keep this in your purse. These little foundations are sold separate from the compact. I just like the compact because it's got a little mirror. You can put a little bit so that you don't get shiny. You ever heard anybody say, I'm gonna go powder my nose? Powder my nose so you don't get shiny. You can put it everywhere. Or you can take it and carve out your contour. Listen, I'm not done though, don't judge. You put it underneath your contour so that your makeup doesn't fall. You put it there, and then you let it sit for a second, and that's called baking. When you let your makeup sit there, you can bake it, or you just, tap it in and leave it there. But you can bake it by leaving it there. Baking is a little bit easier with a loose powder. I'll show you what I mean. But you can put a setting powder, a pressed powder everywhere to keep your face matte, prevent future oils. You can set your concealer so that you don't get lines underneath your eyes. That was one product. The other product, I'm using my dirty blending sponge and my translucent powder. It comes with this little knobby thingy, so you can click it and open and close it so it doesn't spill everywhere in your makeup bag. I forgot to close it. So there's product in here. Yep, and you tap it into your lid, just a little bit, like this. You can use the same product just for video purposes. I'm taking my blending sponge. You can also use a brush under your eyes. You can also bake under here, and when I say bake, I mean you leave it there just until for a second, because some people think it's going to make your concealer last longer. I haven't personally noticed a difference from putting it on, wiping it off, or baking it and leaving it there. But as a professional makeup artist, I bake most of my clients, not for the reason that I just said, not so that your concealer doesn't, crease. I mean, that's there, but that's not the main reason I do it. I put it under there, leave it on thick. Look how ridiculous that looks. You can do the other side with a brush. You can use a brush. How you going over there, baby? How's it going? How you doing? How's Mickey Mouse? Put it on with a brush. You can also do the contour thing I was telling you about. Bake right there, honey. Like that. I need a little bit more. Make myself look extra ridiculous. And we're baking. So, on brides, I could do this to them. I want that crisp line right there. You look crazy? Do you look crazy? Yeah. You put all this powder in here. Doesn't have to look a certain way. I'm just making a mess. Okay. So, my bride I would do her face makeup and her contours and her blush and everything. And then I would leave this white powder under here and I'd be like, listen, honey, don't judge. I'm not done. You can see yourself in the mirror. This is not finished. I leave it here because when I go to do their eyeshadow and if I have fallout and it falls on their cheeks, that happens sometimes, y'all. It's called fallout when you're doing your eyeshadow and then the shadow goes on your cheeks. You can take your brush and you brush it off. And then that fallout is gone. Whew. That is a makeup artist's purpose. But then none of this is going to get matte and that makeup is going to stay there because there's translucent powder in it. I'm sorry, I'm looking at you. I'm focused here. But I'm also using this as a mirror. You feel me? So when you're doing like, especially if you're doing something dark or something dramatic and your eyeshadow falls, then you're like, oh man, and you try to wipe it off and you wipe off your makeup. You could do your eyeshadow before you do your face makeup. A lot of makeup artists suggest that. I am a makeup artist who likes to do the face first and then the eye makeup because I like to do this setting powder. It provides my client with longevity of their makeup. Their makeup's not going to go anywhere for a really long time. Most of my clients are brides or they're going to prom. They're going to be dancing. They're going to be sweating. They're going to be nervous. They're going to be hugging people. They're going to be having a great time. And they want their makeup to last, obviously. So by setting underneath the eye, setting or baking underneath the eye right there, you can put it on and brush it right off. You don't have to wait. Baking is what it's called when you put it on and wait a second. But I leave it there as like a smock to pick up any of the eyeshadow that falls when I'm dusting on their eyelid and it falls to their cheek, little specks. Because if this setting powder wasn't here and I tried to brush it off, I would just be smearing dark right here and then I'm giving them dark under eyes, and honey, that is not what they paid for. So you can do that on yourself. You do your face makeup, you layer that translucent powder right there, do your eye makeup. If any fallout comes, you don't even worry about it because you're just going to brush it right on off. Okay? Down here where I baked, the purpose of that is not the same, not about fallout. But when you're going out, you're going to go sweating, you're going to the club, you're doing whatever. It's humid outside. You okay, Stinky? You do this under your contour. That's that dark stuff. I have another video, go find it, about contouring. Underneath your contours, you put it here so that this is absorbing all of those excess oils. So if you were to sweat, your makeup could fall and that dark could go down and then it's accentuating the wrong part of your face. So by putting that translucent powder right there and then you dust it off so you can't even see it, it's going to help keep your makeup in place. It's going to keep all the colors where you want it. And it's going to help you stay matte. You're not sweaty. So that powder, that translucent powder, you can dust all over your face if you're worried about shine. Sometimes, if a bride has very oily skin, I just do the whole face. After I have done her foundation, her concealer, her contour, her blush, her everything, I put it all on if she's worried about oil. But there's those other reasons. Put it on your eye, help your concealer not crease. See that there's no lines under here, you know? Helps with fallout, helps keep your contours where it's supposed to be, helps keep you matte. You can also, if you are a person who you put eyeshadow on, you spend all your time blending it, you spent $1 million on products and then your eyeshadow still creases. Annoying, I feel you, I've been there. I use eye primer or concealer to prime my eyes. That's gonna be a whole nother video. But then after you do your eyeshadow, do your eyeshadow look, you can take an eyeshadow brush I would use, or you know, a big brush, and you can put some translucent powder and put it right in a crease of your eye look. Got some in my lashes. It's translucent, which means it's clear. You're going to see through it, so it's not going to mess with your eye look. But then that's going to absorb any future oil that comes on my eyelids so that my eyeshadow is not going to crease. Are you kidding me? It just helps with the longevity of your makeup. You can also, if you have a shiny lipstick, put your lipstick on, layer a tissue on top of your lipstick, dust your brush, and then translucent powder. You have a tissue on your mouth and then tap it and it will make any lipstick a matte lipstick. Lots of uses for a setting powder. So you can choose to use a translucent powder like that, or the sheer mineral pressed powder. It's sheer, which makes it translucent, but this isn't the white. This has a little bit of color. I think it's Ivory 1. It's the lightest foundation shade I can get because it's so sheer. I chose a light one to help me brighten and illuminate the places I put it on. I can't tell you what color it is. I think it's Ivory 1, but you can also use a brush with this. Put it where you want it. And that is all I got to tell you. Thanks for tuning in. Go find a contour stick. Try it like a lipstick. Makes a perfect matte lip. This is not lipstick, y'all. Go put some contour on your lips and try your setting sprays. Okay? I'm gonna go snuggle my babe. See ya.